hurricane. It's normal to feel anxious, sad, or overwhelmed. You are not alone. Taking care of your mental health is just as important as taking care of your home and family. If you or someone you know is struggling, reach out, talk to someone you trust, or call the Mental Health and Suicide Prevention Helpline at 888 New Life. That's 888-639-5433. Support is available. Take care of your mental wellness. A message from the Ministry of Health and Wellness and UNICEF.
A production of the Jamaica Information Service, the voice of Jamaica.
Nationwide 90 FM, continuing the tradition of fair, fearless, and factual reporting.
Need help or want to report damage? Visit supportjamaica.gov.jm to find nearby aid, updates, and emergency support all in one place. The time by the Office of the Prime Minister is
8 minutes after 9.
You're inside the Consumer Hour.
It's Friday, it's a Friday, and we're happy to be here, happy to be going into the weekend. Welcome to the Consumer Hour. Good morning, good morning. I'm Tana Thomas, sitting in for the last time for Norgay Banton NGB, who returns on Monday. Good morning to you wherever in the world you are. Good morning to our friends over there on the YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. I'm hopping on over to see who is out early. Albert Morgan has been out early, the first on the YouTube live chat all week. Let's see if he is out early as the first this morning. No, I'm seeing out early first. In the listing this morning is Merlene Russell. Good morning to you, Merlene. Good morning as well to Sonia Hutton, Inez I. Campbell. Also seeing Herman Hyatt, Ryder 40, Errol Townsend, Jillian Coleman. And good morning as well. Oh, here goes Albert Morgan. Good morning to you, Albert. Hope everybody's having a good morning. And good morning as well to my friend Cherokee. Good morning to you, Carvel Wallace. I'm also seeing you. Hello, good morning. And good morning as well to God Loves You. Are you new to the chat? God Loves You. This is the first time seeing your name, so let me know. And hello as well to Red Maple. Good morning, good morning. And Red Maple says, good morning, Tana. Thank you for stepping in for Pasta Noro. Papa Nana, you see what you've done to us? But good morning to you, Red Maple. And hello as well to Chrissy Toyaloy and Barbara Robinson. All of you loading up the YouTube chats and will be keeping my company until 10. Good morning. Happy to have you on this morning. Good morning as well to our friends out there in Radio Land, whatever you're doing and listening in via radio, 90.3, 0.5, 0.7, 0.9. Good morning. And hello, good morning to our friends joining us on the Nationwide app. And if you're tuned in via our website, hello, happy to have you listening in as well. Today on the Consumer Hour, we'll be taking your calls on consumer-related issues, as well as feel free to hop on over into the YouTube chat and engage with me on issues that are consumer-related. Again, the YouTube channel, Nationwide 90 FM Live 2. Before giving you some updates on consumer-related matters, I am seeing a birthday wish here, or is it an anniversary? No, an anniversary greeting. Belated anniversary greeting going out to Dr. Shanagay Ricketts Blake and husband, Sasha Gay. Anniversary greetings to Sasha Gay Ricketts Blake and her husband, Rajay Blake, who celebrated their third wedding anniversary yesterday. So belated anniversary greetings to the Blakes, and the greetings coming from Mom Winsome and other family members. Hope you guys had a good one yesterday. And I'm also hoping that the celebrations will roll over into the weekend. So belated anniversary greetings to Sasha Gay Ricketts Blake and husband Richie Blake. Now to the updates. National Water Commission, the NWC, water supply to customers in Magotty, Cameron Hill, and environs in St. Elizabeth, served by the Magotty Pump Station, is being impacted by operational issues at the facility. The National Water Commission's maintenance team is investigating the issue, and an update will be provided. Areas being affected include Magotty, Cameron Hill, Dry River, Redding, and Magotty Pass. The NWC is indicating that it regrets any inconvenience caused and is craving the patience and understanding of its valued customers. There's also some updates in relation to curfews. A 48-hour curfew has been imposed in the St. Andrews South Division, the St. Andrews South Police Division. The curfew began at 6 p.m. on Thursday, January 8, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. Saturday, January 10. The boundaries of the curfew includes east from Chisholm Avenue, Maxfield Avenue, traveling southerly to intersect at Marcus Garvey Drive, south from the coastline at Marcus Garvey Drive in the vicinity of East Avenue to Dehaney River, west from the Dehaney River to Kingston Harbor, and north from Happy Grove Community, drawn to Chisholm Avenue, Maxfield intersection, and following that divisional boundary. Now, persons within the boundaries are required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the ground commander. Another curfew, 48-hour curfew, has been imposed, or rather, the update is that was imposed in the communities of Park Lane. Let me do that again. The 48-hour curfew that was imposed in the communities of Park Lane and 100 Lane, Red Hills Road and St. Andrew, that has been extended. The curfew will continue from 6 p.m. on Thursday, January 8, and will remain in effect until 6 p.m. on Saturday, January 10. The boundaries of the curfew north from Red Hills Road and Pennant Terrace to Pennant Drive and Pennant Terrace, and then east along Pennant Drive from the intersection of Pennant Terrace to the intersection of Whitehall Avenue, south along Whitehall Avenue from the intersection of Pennant Drive to the intersection of Red Hills Road, and west along Red Hills Road from the intersection of Whitehall Avenue to the intersection of Pennant Terrace. Again, during the hours of the curfew, persons within the boundaries of the curfew are required to remain indoors unless otherwise authorized by the person in charge of enforcing the curfew, commonly called the ground commander. Seeing more of you hopping on over into the chat. Sheldon Ellis, good morning. Seeing as well Carlene Heslop, good morning to you. Melissa 9404, good morning. And Melissa is saying that Mealy saying that his or her birthday is tomorrow. So sending out early happy birthday greetings to you, Mealy. Wishing for you a lovely one tomorrow. So we're going to take a break here on the Consumer Hour. Sharon, I see your message. I'll get back to that just after the break.
This Christmas, choose life. As we recover from Hurricane Melissa's devastation, we're reminded that life is fragile. Pedestrians, stay alert. Drivers, slow down. Rest if you're tired, and never drink and drive. One careless decision can change a family forever. Let's have a safe and prayerful Christmas and a crash-free 2026.
Ever wondered how to spot a scam before it drains your account? Or how Jamaica's top financial crime fighters track down the money? Join the Financial Investigations Division on Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. for FID in Action, an informative, engaging feature designed to keep you and your money safe. Learn practical tips to help you spot, prevent, and report financial crimes. Understand how the FID protects the financial system. That's FID in action, protecting you, preventing financial crime. On Nationwide this morning, every first and third Friday at 8:20 a.m. Brought to you by the Financial Investigations Division.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour this Friday morning, Friday, January 9, 2026. I did see a comment from Lori in relation to driver's license and the advisory that the TAJ sent out about their systems. But just before I get to that, Sharon Miller is sending out birthday wishes, or is it your birthday, Sharon? She says birthday wishes. She's thanking Nationwide. Really appreciate it. The best month of the year. All right, so it's your birthday, Sharon. Happy birthday to you from me as well. Wishing for you a good one. So, Laura, you asked, driver's license renewal system is down and that TAJ needs to tell the citizens when the application will be back up and running. If it is still down, what is the workaround or manual step? So, my producer provided me with a statement from TAJ on January 7th. And let's see what this says. TAJ advises of restoration of driver's license validation system. Tax Administration Jamaica is pleased to advise members of the public that the system used to validate driver's license has been fully restored, Lori, and for others out there, fully restored. As a result, all previously affected services have resumed normal operations both online and at the revenue service centers and tax offices. So again, TAJ is saying it is pleased to advise members of the public that the system used to validate driver's licenses has been fully restored. As a result, all previously affected services have resumed normal operations both online and at the revenue service centers and tax offices. These include online services, your driver's license payments, traffic ticket payments, processing and payment of private motor vehicle registration, your in-office inline services, your driver's license processing and payment, and your traffic ticket payment. The TAJ thanks its customers for their patience and understanding. So because I know that some in-house services are also being affected as well as online. So TAJ is saying to you this morning that all of that has been restored. So Laura, you can go ahead now and conduct your business. Let me scroll on down and see if there are any other queries that I can provide an update for. I see Lori here saying, thanks, really appreciate the update. You're very welcome, Lori, and to all other listeners out there that were wondering how they should conduct their transactions or interface with TAJ in relation to their driver's license. Also bringing to you another update this morning for those of you who are in Westmoreland, or you have family members in Westmoreland. The Minister of Energy, Darrell Vaz, did tour Westmoreland, I believe it was yesterday, and the JPS team, brought him into their incident command center in Westmoreland so that he could get details about its current restoration strategy to rebuild the electrical infrastructure in that area in the West. And I want to play a video for you of the Energy Minister on the sidelines of that tour and the update he gave.
But what is amazing is the precise coordination that is taking place to make sure that light brings water, which is very important. So in this situation here, in order to get to the Roaring River pump, NWC pump, that covers the majority of Westmoreland with water, they have had to run over 300 poles spanning about 15 kilometers, or 15 miles I should say, in order to get to be able to power Roaring River. What does that mean? When they power Roaring River, it means that the majority of Westmoreland will get back water. Darlington, which currently has no power, the President will speak to that shortly, which means that within another week, both Darlington and other communities will have not only light but water. And the both go hand in hand. Light without water doesn't work, and water without light doesn't work. So this is just an example to show you what the president is speaking about, the last mile. This is an example of the last mile where you have to put up 300 poles to power one customer, which will be the Roaring River NWC plant, because the rest of the part is not ready to take electricity as yet. So the JPS won't get customers for this work that they are doing here immediately because the place is not ready to receive. So again, it's great to come out here and see and feel and touch and get an understanding of the logistics that are taking place and importance of the synergy between the NWC, the post office, all of the government services, etc., etc. So we spoke about Darlaston, so you can give us a good news about Darlaston.
Thanks, Minister. So as Minister said, we're here in Petersfield on the way to the Roaring River pump in order to provide power. And we have dedicated resources here as our NWC pump is one of our critical facilities. And as Minister said, we're mindful that this NWC pump supplies water to the majority of Westmoreland. So we are installing the lines, redesign and rebuild, as Minister said, over 300 poles and over 10 miles of line in order to get to this particular pump so that we can provide power to get water to the communities here in Westmoreland. Our commitment is to have this done by the 15th of January, and we're very much on target to accomplish that, and the resources, the planning, the partnerships are aligned to do that. On another note,
before you say that, if we didn't have these resources, meaning the 150, 300 linesmen, etc., when do you think that we would have been able to energize the Roaring River pump to get water back to Westmoreland?
Minister, I'd easily say to do that, you're looking at the last quarter of this year and towards the end of the year.
So it means what you're saying is that without this intervention, the people of Westmoreland would not be served by the Roaring River NWC plant, possibly till the end of 2026.
That's correct. Just given the level of devastation, the redesign, the rebuild, the actual drilling of holes through rocks, and the number of poles that have to be constructed here to get power back to this critical facility.
Did you guys just hear that? If it wasn't for that $150 million intervention by the government, that particular facility in Westmoreland would not come back on stream until the end of this year. Wow. So the people who benefit from that facility, would be in this situation for the rest of the year if it wasn't for that intervention, those additional resources. Boy. So you heard the update there from the Minister of Energy as well as the CEO of the JPS, Hugh Grant, about the works being done there in Westmoreland. I see Carol saying thanks for the efforts being undertaken so far, and she hopes that her fellow folks there in Westmoreland are now having an appreciation for real progress, which leads to prosperity, Carol says here in the YouTube chat. Another update for you too. I did see some complaints online, concerns being raised too, not complaints, concerns being raised about where folks should go to apply for their NHT refund. They're wondering if they're on the correct page. So the NHT has put out a flyer that, if you could put that up for me, Michelle, they have put up a flyer with their website, the link where you should go to make your application for your NHT refund. So I'm waiting for that flyer to be placed on screen. So for those of you out there in Raiderland, I can tell you where to go. That flyer is now up. So it's nht.gov.jm/safe-refund. Again, nht.gov.jm/safe-refund. So that's what you should type in, and it will take you straight to the refund page. So for those of your NHT contributors, you can go ahead and, make your submissions to have your NHT refund done. And the applications are now open for 2018 or earlier contributions for refunds. So that's where you should go. A final one before we go to our break as well. All week I've been doing, as part of my hosting duties of the Consumer Hour, a feel-good customer service experience. And even though there are a lot of bad stories out there online, there are also some good ones. And I saw this one last evening and decided to bring it to the Consumer Hour platform and share with my listeners and my viewers. Take a look.
Daisy said, you see, after I storm, nothing couldn't stop me from saying I go switch and go to the next cell provider. But you see the man here? You see the man who balling like for me? You see the man with him, Mr. Ferran? When me go on the office at the Fairview location, Mobile, this man buzzed the door and let me in. And how warm and welcome he was. The mood we made it in and changed that and make me calm.
This is breaking news from Nationwide Radio.
The breaking news is brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing building solutions for everyday challenges.
All right, at 9:28 a.m. on this Friday morning, interrupting Tona Thomas's Consumer Hour to tell you listeners that the Firearms Narcotics Investigation Division, they launched an investigation, and in that investigation, as part of that investigation, they arrested a police inspector and 2 soldiers in connection to narcotics trafficking. We understand that cocaine may be involved. So a police inspector, an inspector of police, and 2 soldiers arrested as part of a narcotics probe, the probe being led by the Firearms Narcotics and Investigation Division of the Jamaica Constabulary Force, closing in on one of their own and 2 soldiers. And that investigation is ongoing as we speak. We have some more details, but we're just looking to verify certain aspects of it. But we'll have more later on, certainly in our newscast at midday. But the news right now is that a police inspector, 2 members of the JDF are under arrest after being held as part of a narcotics trafficking probe. We'll have more later on.
The breaking news was brought to you by the Contractor Center, providing building solutions for everyday challenges.
And on that note, we're going to take a break here on the Consumer Hour. We'll be back with more.
Spectrum Insurance Brokers provides quality insurance coverage and risk management services. The time by Spectrum Insurance Brokers Limited, setting the industry standards, is
9:30.
It's Monday, get over your blues. Or Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. The E-Zone is here for you. With this thing of Honey Bee
and Karim Boyatings
from 3 to 5 p.m. on Nationwide 90 FM.
We've got your entertainment news.
Then we want to hear your views. Why you say?
Jump in the mix.
Or the hot seat.
Don't miss our brain busters.
Or the crazy giveaways.
Let's talk fashion.
Send us your outfit of the day. Ooh, cutesy. Very demure.
Are you looking for love?
Come on one of our blind dates. Send your request to EZONE blinddates@gmail.com. That's EZoneblinddates@gmail.com.
And stay tuned for your confessions.
These are my confessions. Share them with us at EZoneconfessions@yahoo.com. I mean, is this planet Earth?
Is it?
I don't know. Let me check. Either way, it's got a buzz.
And a bugger thing.
Ow! Ow!
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour. So if you missed the breaking news item on Nationwide 90 FM, FNID has arrested a police inspector, and 2 members of the Jamaica Defense Force. 2 soldiers have been arrested in connection with narcotics trafficking. A police inspector, 2 soldiers, 2 members of the Jamaica Defense Force have been arrested by the Jamaica Constabulary Force, their FNID unit, in connection with narcotics trafficking. Now, before the breaking news item, I was bringing to you a feel-good moment, one in relation to positive customer service or positive interactions of customers with those at different establishments across the country. So let's run that again from the top.
They just say, you see, after I storm, nothing. I mean, nothing couldn't tap me from say me I go switch and go to the next cell provider. But I see the man here. You see the man who balling like for me? You see the man when him, Mr. Ferran, you, when me go on the office at the Fairview location, Mobile, this man buzzed the door and let me in. And how warm and welcome he was. The mood we made it in changed that and make me calm. Polite, mannerable, with a warm smile. You, Mr. Ferran, big up yourself. You never know so me take the picture of you. You understand? But me I tell you, say, you are the reason a lot of customers probably just calm themselves and say, yo, make me continue. Make me not change, make me not switch. Your personality, your warm, welcome vibes, the smile, the vibrantness where you push forth. You are the main reason why I stick with Digicel. The man even go as far as say, hey, have a seat. I'm going to get someone that can assist you more. And that young lady, Shanice, you forget her ears. How knowledgeable you were, how much information you give, how much insight. Bar none. Bar none. You deserve a raise, Shanice. I don't know what's your position at the establishment, but big up on yourself. You and Mr. Ferran, I'll continue with Digicel. Yeah, son. Respect and manners. You.
So that is Splash Dizzle. So he posted on his Instagram account, and I just had to share. So good morning to Mr. Ferran and Shanice, if it is that you're both on the job this morning or wherever you may be this morning. Big up yourself. If there are folks out there who know them, they might not be listening. Tell them that Tawna from Nationwide says big up. And I see some of you in the YouTube chat as well endorsing the message. Sophia Nemad says big up yourself, Mr. Ferran. Laurie says, love this. Katie Bulla says, big up. And I'm seeing as well, SH. Hello to you, SH, saying, glad to know some people are pleased with their service and willing to publish it. Yeah, so Digicel, you're one of your customers there. Yeah, was hopping mad when he went into the establishment, but you have a good security guard there, as well as one of your reps, pretty good, Shanice and Mr. Ferran, who he got really good customer service from. And yeah, he might just be a loyal customer now. Not think about switching again, but yeah, good one there. Positive. And I see Kariva saying, hey, TT, happy Friday. Happy Friday to you as well, Kariva. The numbers this morning, it is open house on the Consumer Hour. I'm looking forward to your calls, hearing your issues, and seeing how best nationwide the Consumer Hour can assist. The numbers 630. Well, first of all, are those lines back up? Michelle, Kevin? All right. So the numbers 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, and 618-6730. For those of you still trying to jot down the numbers, you're new to the Nationwide family, don't know them out of your head, 630-9371, 630-9372, 630-9373, 630-9374, 618-6730. Do give me a call. Let me know what's on your mind. What are you experiencing in relation to your services, utility, telecommunications, or otherwise your interactions as a customer in different establishments across the country? How has that been? I asked you guys, I believe it was on Tuesday, about your good customer service highlights from 2025, as well as the bad customer highlights from 2025, what would you not want to see brought over into 2026 in terms of bad customer service, and what it is in good customer service that you experienced in 2025 that you would like to see continue in 2026. Call me and let me know. Carvel saying here, yes, customer service needs this, and Carvel says this is pretty nice. Another thing, as I wait for your calls and some more of your interactions in the YouTube chat, I always hear people complaining about why is it that when you have shopped in a supermarket or elsewhere, you've cashed all your items, you've paid, you've gotten your receipt, why is the security guard or whomever is at the door checking your receipt? And then you see them, with the paper, then they use the pen to do a tick at the top or in the middle or at the bottom. They give you back the receipt and you walk out. Why is it that they're checking your receipt? And some people find it so annoying. Some people find it insulting that you're checking their receipt. Listen, I came in here, I'm an honest person. I took up my items, I paid for my items. Why is it that you're checking my receipt? I've seen at some establishments too, myself as a customer, that I've gone in, I've purchased items, and then I'm walking out. And I'm not quite sure if it is that there's some confidential or backroom sort of training that takes place. I'm always trying to figure out what it is exactly that they're looking for on the receipt, because they don't check all of the receipt. Because there's sometimes when my receipt is pretty long, and then I see them look at the top, and then they tick the bottom or something like that and give it back to me. So I'm always curious. Yeah, I perhaps should ask the security. I'm not sure if they would tell me, but what are they looking for exactly? And how do you guys feel with your receipt being checked at the door when you're leaving a supermarket or another establishment after picking up your items and paying for them? I asked AI, why do security guards check the receipt at the door? And here's what AI said. So AI says security guards check receipts at store doors in Jamaica primarily for loss prevention, stopping shoplifting, but also to prevent cashier errors like not scanning an item, protect customers from leaving without paid for goods, and deter theft by making it harder for people to sneak items out, serving as a visible security measure against shrinkage. While some shoppers find it intrusive, it's a common practice to safeguard store inventory and ensure fair transactions. So the key reasons: shoplifting deterrent, visible guards, and the routine of checking receipts discourage theft, and people are less likely to try and leave with unpaid items. Preventing cashier mistakes. It helps catch instances where a cashier might miss scanning an item, preventing an alarm from going off later and embarrassing the customer. Protecting the store. It reduces shrinkage or loss from theft or error, which costs businesses money, especially with high traffic stores. Customer assurance. In theory, it also protects customers from leaving without all items they've paid for, ensuring they received everything. Proof of purchase. It serves as a quick verification that items in a bag were indeed purchased, especially with self-checkout where items can be missed. On the customer experience side now, AI says, while stores claim it protects customers, some shoppers feel it's insulting and inefficient, with guards often just glancing at receipts, as has been my experience a lot of times, rather than thoroughly checking bags. However, stores can legally request to see receipts as a security measure, and refusing might lead to being barred from the store. So I'm hopping on over into the chat to hear what you guys have to say. Carisha says, Tana, it's used to see if people are being honest and goods that aren't cashed out, especially at PriceSmart. Is it that, I'm not a PriceSmart member, is it that PriceSmart has like self-checkout? Let me know, Carisha, because AI did make mention of this. So it's proof of purchase, especially with self-checkout where items can be missed. And Sheldon Ellis saying that's common in the States, even at Walmart. That has not been my experience, but okay. Lori says it can be annoying, but appreciated. Okay, we have a call on the line. Let me just complete this one. Lori says it can be annoying, but appreciated it when one time at Price Mart there was an error made where the cashier charged me twice for one item. So there was a cashier mistake. Keep your comments coming on this topic. I'll take them just after my caller. Good morning, Dwayne.
Good morning, ma'am. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm going well, giving that thanks for New Year on next day.
Yes. What's on your mind now?
Okay, you were speaking about that same issue, and I said I have to call.
The receipt issue?
Yeah.
Yes.
Brooklyn Supermarket, all right? I went in a couple of times, right? A lot of times.
Yes.
But I'm not seeing where they checking up the... I refuse from checking from anybody looking at my receipt anymore.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason for that is that I always use the cashier close to where the guards stand up. And
so them already see what's in your bag and say never thief
that's
nothing.
number one, but that is not so much because as you read a while ago, there could be a cheating as it relates to me or even the cashier.
The cashier. Mm-hmm.
All right, so that's fine. But what my problem is that when you go up, they just look at your receipt, they don't check your bag, and you stick it off, and then you just hand out there and show them your bag is on the right hand side, and you stretch the receipt, and then just stick it off, and you just walk through. So when I go to Price Mart, and when I'm overseas and whatever, it is not done that way. You actually check the item. So you said, if I go into Walmart or going to one of those big stores, whatever, what they would do, they would check the item. So if you have 10 items, they check the status of 10 items. And they pick it off 1, 2, 3, or sometimes they would say, okay, I saw a peanut, but I haven't seen a peanut.
Mm-hmm.
They say, okay, peanut in that bag, and they will look and see the peanut, and then pick it off and give it to you.
Yeah.
Now that's done properly. So for you to just look at my receipt and just pick it up, I don't have a problem. I resent that because I don't know what you're looking for.
Mm-hmm.
Because at the end of the day, you're not checking anything. When you're checking the receipt, waiting that I'm going to come back and say something about the receipt. What is it? Is it receipt you're trying to validate, or you're trying to see if it matches everything that is on the bag?
Yeah. But as AI was saying, and some of our YouTubers, the aspect, I didn't even think about that aspect, but the aspect of the cashier may have made a mistake.
All right, you know what I learned? You know what I've learned? Overseas.
Mm-hmm.
Like many people when they're cashing their item, let's say I buy 3 items, like 3 bread. I 3 buckets of juice or whatever it might be.
Yeah.
And I have maybe 4 or 5 of the item. What I do, I line them up. So I said, you have 4 biscuits, I put the 4 biscuits from whatever.
Yeah, I do that too.
Whatever. And when you're checking now, you will see they check the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Mm-hmm.
If I buy 4 different parcels of flour, I put them behind.
Mm-hmm.
So when they're checking them, they check all 4 together. And a lady teach me that in New York, where she said that she did that and found out that the cashier was stealing.
Mm.
And it's easy for you to check it that way to see.
Mm-hmm.
Because what the cashier do sometimes is put on an extra a pound of flour
item,
and, and you don't get the bread and you don't check it and you go home and you're overcharged and you don't know. But when you check it that way, it's easy for you to see the error or the mistake if they add anything onto it. So we know that these things do happen, but I'm saying if you ever check my receipt, do it properly.
Yeah, I agree.
So
I agree.
The reason why you're checking it, but just to stop
to use your pen and take the top and the bottom. Yeah,
you
can make no sense.
Yeah, tell me I'm dishonest.
Yeah.
But just check off my things, check your receipt. I have no issue with that. But for just checking it just because man, check it, waste of time.
I agree with that, Dwayne. I agree with that. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree with that.
And the next thing I want to say before you go to.
Yes.
When you go into the supermarket sometimes, or in stores, they want you to lift your bag. I resent that. Check my bag going and see it come out. And you know why? I bought a shoes once and took it to the supermarket. It was Hilo supermarket.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a leather shoe I buy at in the plaza there. And when I took it in, you know, when you buy it, you get the receipt dropped in the bag. So I just have the bag in my hand and late, and because 4 boys was there, about 3 or 4 boys was there. So I handed it to them. They gave me a ticket. When I came back, I haven't seen none of the boys but one turner. But my shoes could not be found.
So you checked in your shoe bag at the door?
Yeah.
And they, of course, they give you a ticket and then put the other ticket on your shoe bag.
Right, and I have the bag. Yeah, so I went down and bought some things and coming out.
Mm-hmm.
So when I come up to the desk, I recognize that no one was there. But one other guy turned up. And he looked up, down, side, and couldn't find the bag.
Mm-mm.
So I went to a lady seemed like she's a manager or what, and I spoke to her. And the lady was treating me as if I am some little, you know, I don't know.
There was no regard.
Yeah, as if I must prove that I have a shoes up there. I said, my receipt was in the bag. It was a black scandal bag, and it was black shiny.
And you had the ticket to show?
And yes, I have the ticket to show.
Right.
And she was behaving like I was, you know, me have to explain, and recognize that did not reach it anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So I started to make some noise. And I see a China-looking gentleman came out. And I started to put the situation to him that my shoes couldn't be found. And I told him what is in a black bag, the leather suit, that I just buy out over the store there.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, just as he about to walk, I walk up, but I left him. I walk up to the counter, and all of a sudden, his shoes turn up on the counter.
Hey, look at that.
And I took my shoes, looking there, I saw the shoes, and I walked out.
Yeah.
Now, I recognize when you go into in the stores too, when you go in there, right, they're saying, all right, let's say you buy, let's say this, if the store said, if you lost a piece of cardboard that they give you,
mm-hmm.
you have to pay $1,000 or $500. But if me have 1,000 out of something in my bag, the store is only going to pay me half of what's in the bag. I understand that.
Mm-hmm.
Why you want me to pay 500 piece of cardboard, but you want to pay me less for what I bought? You don't know what I have in my bag because I go to buy a shoe, I could buy something value $10,000.
Yeah.
I'm not going to buy it. So what you do, when you go in there, when you are going there, you look at my bag and you come on, not you lift my bag.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
And I stand up to that because nobody not going to use me. Because guess what? I was training customer service. I'm an idiot. I'm not done customer service. You can't keep it like that. I expect them money. I want the money. No. You need to keep it respect. And many of the stores are like that. They want you to go into the stores, buy them items, but yet still, when you lost anything, they don't want to repay you back. They're not going to do the deal. They're rather not spending money there.
Yeah.
That's me.
Thank you so much this morning for your perspectives, Dwayne.
Bless you.
Yeah, and I see the chat loading up with so many reactions to this receipt thing. We're going to take those after the break.
Fill all your prescriptions, get cosmetics and other pharmaceutical items at Mannings Hill Pharmacy, located at 34A Mannings Hill Road, Kingston. Telephone 924-6280. At Mannings Hill Pharmacy, they stock all the hard-to-get medication. The time by Mannings Hill Pharmacy is
9:50.
Public opinion. Stop this foolish about this GLP and PMP business. We are Jamaican. Different people.
It's not a matter of a GLP or a PMP. I think it's more like where it is that you think you're comfortable, what support you can afford to make the country better.
Different views.
Most entertainers, they're not amenable to management, so the only thing that can ultimately structure them is the court and the prison.
Public opinion. The voice of the people at 6:25 p.m. weekdays during Nationwide at 5. Tune into Nationwide at 6:25 p.m. for Public Opinion, where the people's views matter.
Public Opinion is brought to you by Cleasing Industrial Supplies Limited, Industrial Automation and Control Solutions.
Welcome back to the Consumer Hour. I can't believe that my time is almost up. I'm enjoying your company this morning. Lori says it can be annoying, but she appreciated it when she had some issues with a cashier error in PriceSmart. And Horatio says, I believe it's an internal control to ensure the receipt is current, and the random check of the items is like a count to ensure some of those items are indeed on the receipt. Trisha Brumfield says they do this all over the Caribbean as well, not just Jamaica. SH says, nonsense, they can't check it so quickly. Do they count the goods in the basket? And Carisha says, replying to Philip Jackson, Walmart in Springfield, check your items most times due to the high thieves in their stores. Even Stop and Shop now doing it. And KJW says, good morning, Tana. Oh, this is on a different issue, but important issue. KJW says, good morning, Tana. We're begging the JCF, please, to have an officer stationed for a few hours at the intersection of Red Hills Road and Eastwood Park Road. It's a mess in the mornings. So Jamaica Constabulary Force, this one is for you. A motorist, KJW, saying, begging for you guys to have an officer or a number of personnel stationed for a few hours at the intersection of Red Hills Road and Eastwood Park Road. It's a mess in the mornings. I will try to squeeze in some more of your comments before we go, but on the line now, William, good morning.
Good morning, TT.
Morning to you. How do I find you this morning?
Well, giving God thanks, still up and running.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, two things I want to have look at, wrap on the mind.
Mm-hmm.
This thing from the Consumer Affairs Commission is a price gouging. I don't know if I pronounced the name correct.
Yes, ma'am. Mm-hmm.
Right. How it helps us, the consumer? Because I am looking for two products, even after this time. Saltfish from the wholesale and pepper from the market.
Mm-hmm. Saltfish from wholesale, pepper from market. Mm-hmm.
Right. Saltfish move from between $600 to $700 to $1,200 and $1,300 a pound.
Wait, from what to what?
Between $600 to $700 per pound.
Uh-huh.
To between $1,200 to $1,300 per pound now.
Wow.
And the pepper move from about the same $600 to $700 a pound to $6,000 to $7,000 per pound.
Yes, I remember a vendor coming on during the Christmas period saying
right.
the very thing out of Coronation Market.
Right, and up till now I don't see nothing done. So I am wondering how the price gouging help us as consumers in that. Because up till now you see
I think maybe it's based on because the CAC will come out and I think it's based on if you complain, like you lodge a report to the Consumer Affairs that this has been your experience where this is what you're being charged for a particular item.
But I think some of these things public, they're supposed to know, they're supposed to buy things in the market just like us too.
Yeah, they normally have like a list. Yeah, I think a basket of goods or something like that they post on their website, I believe. Yes. I vaguely remember that's how it's done.
No, but remember, they're shopping just like us. Mm-hmm. So they must go through this.
Yes.
Compare, even like us now, I am moving from the prices.
Oh, so you say, William, we shouldn't even have to complain because the people that work at the Consumer Affairs live in Jamaica and use Jamaican supermarkets.
And the same experience.
Yes, right.
Right, because I am coming from the Prices Commission. Well, we couldn't do nothing about the pepper. But like the saltfish, you'll be prosecuted.
Mm-hmm.
And put in front of the court for that.
Yeah.
Right, so we see where that used to help. But like now with this price gouging, I don't see where it helps from that. Like somebody from the Consumer Affairs Commission explain to us, the consumer, how we get help into this.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember as well, William, if it is still the Consumer Affairs Commission that deals with enforcement.
Yeah, man, up to since in the week I hear Miss Allen, Dr. Allen or something like that.
Yeah.
I heard on the ear.
Okay.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think they have another office who would deal with it, or we are from the Consumer Affairs Commission.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying. Right, but you are right. They have the same experiences as the rest of us consumers out there. So your question this morning is, what are they doing about it?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And how it helps us as the consumer, as how the Prices Commission used to go through and prosecute when you get overcharged or more than not hoarding. That was our three main charges for the wholesaler who shop owner or whatever they be. Right? They used to be effective, but now we don't see that in the Consumer Commission.
Yeah. And your other point, William, as we inch up to 10 o'clock.
No, man, that was the...
Your main concern this
right.
morning. Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I totally agree with you.
Okay.
There needs to be something done about that indeed.
Okay.
You're welcome, William. Can I squeeze in two more comments before we go, Michelle, in relation to the receipt issue? I see here Roger Smart, Overthinker JA. It's somewhat of a norm here in the U.S., especially in BJ's Wholesale Club. And many times customers try to leave with items not cashed, sometimes unknowingly. I think also it's a deterrent. Yes. And a final one here, Carisha says, no, PriceSmart doesn't have self-checkout, but they check your receipts. Okay. All right, well, thank you so much for sticking and staying with me this morning. Really did appreciate your company, all your interactions in the YouTube chat, and to my callers this morning, Dwayne and William. Really, really did appreciate it. And Nora will be back on Monday. I was glad to have filled in for her and shared time and space with you guys. Up next is going to be Cliff Views Online with Tyrone Reed. I'm Tana. Good morning.
That was the Consumer Hour.
It's Monday.